Hey, welcome to the channel on today. You know, I've been getting a lot of questions lately about a ring that I've been wearing on my index finger. A lot of you were like asking questions thinking it was sort of like a fashion statement. And I'm going to go into detail and talk to you about that today. Because in today's video, we're going to do a review of the Samsung ring. Yes, we're going to do an absolute review of the Samsung ring on today. So here's what we're going to cover. The features and benefits of this ring, where you can purchase it from, the color options that you have for purchasing the ring, the requirements to purchase the ring, and how you can purchase this ring for little to no money out of pocket at all. And last of all but not least, we're going to cover one of the drawbacks of the ring. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel now, because we want to make sure you don't miss any of our content. Now let's cover the features and benefits of this ring. Now I'm going to navigate over to my Samsung Health app so we can go through the features and benefits to show you the added benefits of this ring. Alrighty, I've navigated over to the Samsung Health app. So basically Samsung Health app is the actual app for the ring itself. Now we're going to go through several of the features and benefits of the ring itself. So let's start taking a look at the steps in the ring, right? So as you can see, this pretty much navigates and shows you the steps that I've taken for today. Now with your typical ring or actual watch, you will actually have most of the watches and the ring itself that will record the steps that you take during the day. The added benefit is that you don't have to actually sit there and walk around with the watch 24/7. Whereas the ring itself is sort of like a fashion statement, right? It's usual and customary for you to have the ring, and understand that the watch is a fashion statement also. But I think the ring itself, and we'll go into a little bit more detail shortly. I'll go into detail and show you why the ring itself is better to wear, especially when it comes down to bedtime when it's tracking your sleep, right? So let's look at the sleep score, right, and how this ring came about with my sleep score, right? So what it does when you go to bed at night, right, and you have the ring on your finger, it takes an average score and it records the amount of time that you're actually sleeping through the night, right? It records the total hours, and what it does, it actually presents you with energy scores through the ring, right? And so it kind of goes into detail and talks about your sleep average, right? So when I click on the sleep average, it gives a fair range for me, right? And what it's simply saying is that I'm getting a fair amount of sleep, and I could be doing better, but it's it needs some improvement there in terms of the hours that I'm sleeping, right? And so it goes over a period of 7 days, where it's taking the average of my sleep, right? And so it goes into detail about my bed and wake time consistency, right? It's telling me that I have an excellent score there and for going to bed and waking consistency. Then it kind of talks about my sleep timing. It says, last night's timeline was that, I went to bed and I had periods where I had optimal range in my sleeping. So you can see that it says from about 11 p.m. up until 2 a.m. I had like optimal range. So it tells me that last night I had a bedtime of about 1:27 a.m. Now that's the recorded time for the actual time that I went into deep sleep, right? Then going to the previous day activity, it tells me this is where I need attention. The time that I have is about 60 minutes active time, and moderate to vigorous exercise is about 33 minutes to 87 minutes. And it's telling me that I pretty much need attention there, right? And then it goes into detail about my sleeping heart rate. It tells me I have about an average about 72 beats per minute, right? On average, which is good, right? Then scrolling further down, my sleep heart rate variability, it goes into detail about that. As you can see, it says about 22 milliseconds. Then it gives one night right around the 16th, where it's around 19 milliseconds, right? But overall, the average is about 22 milliseconds there. So that gives some good sleeping detail information about your sleep patterns. Now, if you had a Samsung Galaxy watch or Samsung watch, right? You know, it's kind of hard. I mean, you can go to bed with the watch, but it makes it a little bit more difficult where you're going to bed and trying to wear a watch. Where the ring, it makes it a little bit more comfortable for you to pretty much go to bed with a ring, because it will feel, you know, great on your hand, and it doesn't feel like, you know, you're taking up space, you know, at all with the ring on your finger. You know, it has an option too on there where you have different walkouts. So you have your walking, you have your running. Then you have an option for a running coach in here too, right? Then you click more. You know, you can see the biking, the hiking, the track run, pool swim, open water swim, treadmill, bike door, elliptical trainer, circuit training, weight machines, and other workouts. So it has a plethora of exercises that it will automatically record with the ring. Then scrolling on down, you have the option where you can enter the food that you're eating, right? You can, you know, specify by the meal type and just record those details in the app itself. Again, you know, it tells me my sleep score is about 83, which is good, right? So again, it tells me last night I had went to bed around 1:27 a.m. Woke up at 7:04 a.m. and I had 5 hours and 37 minutes. So when I click on the sleep score itself, right, it goes into a little bit more detail. It doesn't like my sleep time. It says, you know, that's the 5 hours and 37 minutes, right? So I need to get more sleep. They're saying, you know, Tyrone, you didn't have enough sleep time, right? It's not enough. We need you to get more. And so it's going to give recommendations, right? And I'm not going to go into all the details in the app itself, but it goes into recommendations and tells you what to do and improve. It says my physical recovery is about 94%. Restfulness, you know, I'm getting while I'm sleeping. It says that I'm, you know, sleeping restfully. That's about 97%. Mental recovery is about 92%. And sleep cycles 3 times. So it's recording my sleep cycles all throughout the night, right? So that's the best thing that I like about this ring. Then of course if you want to go into detail and put your body composition, and you have to manually put that in there, right? And if you want to go into detail about the water that you're drinking throughout the day, you can add those details in there. Here's the other thing that I do like about this, right? It tracks the beats per minute. So when I click on the beats per minute, it says that, you know, had about 51 to 107 beats per minute throughout the day, right? And so it goes into detail. It talks about the sleep beats per minute, 61 to 77 beats per minute. It talks about the rest in HR, and it goes into detail and tell me when I had the highest beats per minute. It talks about when I had low beats per minute and high, right? And so it tells me my average beats per minute is about 67 beat per minute, right? And if I want to measure this right now, if I were to click on measure, right, and I'm going to just hold my hand still and just let you see how that works. So it's actually going through and recording the beats per minute, like right now in real time, if I wanted it to do that. And that's what it's actually doing now, recording the beats per minute. It's telling me right now as of 10:26 p.m., right, it is 89 beats per minute, right? And so when I back out of here and go further up, right, and it talks about my, you know, deep breath. It goes into detail about the stress throughout the day, right? Here's the best part also like about this app. For your business owners, you know, you can pretty much go through and look at your stress levels throughout the day. And you can go back and look and you can think to yourself, okay, what were you doing at this time? You know, what was causing your stress levels to go up? Was it a client? Was it a particular activities? So what you can do is make adjustments to remove those stressful points from your day or throughout the evening, whatever you're experiencing, remove it, right? and it will actually, you can go through and make adjustments in your life to lower the stress level. So again, this also has the option if I wanted to measure this right now and hit measure. You know, I have my hand sitting still, and it's going through and measuring my stress levels right now as we are speaking. Now I'm curious to see what it's going to say because I'm talking while we're recording, right? And I'm just going to see what it says. So it's measuring right now. It's going through. It's going to give me a stress level as to where I am right now. And it's giving that update. And so right now, 99%. And let's see when it finishes what it's going to give me. I'm curious to see what it's going to give me with regards to that stress level. And so it's at 100%. And it's telling me it's high, right? 10:27 p.m. And I'm assuming it's probably doing that right now because I'm actually, you know, going through and recording this video. So the levels is pretty much probably a little bit high right now. So the other good thing about this also, for my aspiring entrepreneurs who are working in their business and who also have jobs, and for my individuals who just strictly have jobs, this is a good measuring point as you're working throughout the day on your jobs to see what is causing you stress. You can go back on this and look and say, okay, well, if my stress level is high at this point in time, what was I doing? Was my manager pissing me off? Was it a work activity that was pissing me off? Was it a coworker that's pissing me off? You get to actually go back through and look and see, okay, what was actually pissing me off at this time of the day. So that's what I love about this. So this is actual data points that you can use, especially as an aspiring entrepreneur or as an individual who is strictly just working and don't have the desire to become an aspiring entrepreneur. You can look at your job situation that you have now and you can say, you know what, this job is stressing me out. They're shortening my life expectancy, and it's probably time for me to move on. So you can make that decision to say, hey, it may be time for you to move on and go into greener pastures if they're stressing you out based on the data points that you're seeing here, right? So that's another thing that I do love about this. And again, you know, it goes into detail about your blood oxygen level, right? Blood pressure, that's not on here, and I'm not sure if it's a future enhancement that's going to come in the future, but this is an enhancement I would love to see. So you have to manually enter your blood pressure now. It doesn't automatically take it. But I would imagine if it's already doing beats per minute, I can see them making an enhancement in the future. Now, for your blood glucose, you know, you would have to manually enter that. And the great thing about this, right, if you have your provider, right, and you can pretty much take this information and send it over to your provider and add them to this app and allow them to track the information. So it has all sorts of information in this app that I find valuable. It talks about the mindfulness exercise, the mood check-in, breathing exercises, meditation, which is all great things. Now, the great thing I like about this app too, guys, is that it tracks your snoring. Yes, it tracks your snoring. I wanted to make sure I let you know about this. The snoring aspect about this app. It tracks your snoring. So essentially what would have to happen for snoring, right? And I just want to make sure I'll show you this part. So detect snoring. For those of you that snores, you would have to turn on snoring detection. And what it's going to do is going to pick up when you're snoring. And I think the way that's going to work is that it's going to detect the snoring through your phone. Your phone is going to pick up that part, and it's going to work in conjunction with the ring on your finger to calibrate and pretty much go through with that data, the data points for this. Now, because I don't snore, I don't have any data points to offer here or any recommendations, but I do know the app itself tracks the snoring along with the ring. All right, and the best thing that I like about this ring is that when your alarm comes on, you actually get to tap your hand like 2 times and it turns your alarm off. So what that basically means is that if you're in bed and if you don't feel like getting up to turn your alarm off, you just tap it twice. So as you can see, the alarm is going off now. and I'm going to tap my hands twice, and it goes off. That is the best thing I like about this. The other thing I like about it is that when you want to take photos or take a video, you can just tap your fingers twice, and it takes the picture. And if you want to do the video to start recording, you just tap your hand twice, and it starts recording, and you type it again to stop it. So that's the best thing I like about this ring also. Alright, one of the things I like about this ring, it comes with a high quality charging case. It is very high quality. So what happens when I open this charging case up, you're going to see there's a circle light that comes around. So if it's turned all the way around, it has a full charge, but as you can see, when I open it, it only went halfway, so it's telling you that it has a half charge. So when I get ready to charge my ring, what I do is take the ring, right, and I look for the edge groove right here on the ring, and I actually put it on the little, it has a dot here, and it charges. So you can see it moves around, and it tells you that my ring is about maybe about 80% charged. So I'm going to open and close it and show you again. So it tells you once again that my ring is somewhere about 80 to 90% charged because I had just charged it. Now my ring, it lasts me about 6 days on a charge, so I have to really charge it about every 6 days. But overall, the actual charging case, I'm really impressed with it. And so it has like a USB-C port back here on the back, so when I get ready to charge the ring, I just stick this cord in here and actually just stick this in the wall, and it charges up, and it doesn't take long to charge. I think it takes probably somewhere between hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to totally charge the charging case on this. And my actual ring, depending on how long I let it, about 6 days. When I charge it again, I would say it takes about hour and a half, 2 hours to totally charge the ring also. But overall, this is a high quality case. I'm really impressed with how Samsung did that. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that. So again, this wonderful ring itself offers some wonderful features and benefits. Along with the app, I found it wonderful. And so I highly encourage you to definitely purchase this ring. Now let's talk about the color options for this ring. Now the ring itself does have 3 color options. It has a titanium silver, gold, and black. You can actually purchase whatever color you want to purchase. Me, myself, I went with the gold. I will tell you the gold, really surprised me. It's not fading out. It actually doesn't deteriorate or anything like that. So it's pretty much, being taken care of very well for myself. So I don't have any problems with the ring fading out or anything like that. So, with the silver or the color black, I can't really speak for those, but for the gold, I can speak for it and say that I haven't had any problems with it at all. So what I usually do, whenever I take a shower or wash my hands at time, I'll take it off from time to time, because I definitely don't want to wear it in the shower, but you can. It is waterproof, so you can actually swim with it. You can actually take a shower. You can actually wash your hands with it. But for mine, I just like to take it off from time to time, just to make sure I preserve it and make sure I get maximum use. All right, so what happens when you first order your ring? You have to order a ring kit before you can even get your ring, right? And so what Samsung will do, they'll send you out a ring kit. So what I did, I ordered my ring kit from Amazon. So what happens, Amazon will charge you $10 for the ring kit. And then once you choose your actual size and order the actual ring at that point, they apply the $10 to the ring. So again, first step, you get this ring kit, and it has all the sizes for your hand in here, right? And so what you'll do, you'll go through and pick the different sizes for which matches with your hand. So right now I have the ring on my left hand, right? And so I'm just going to show you an example for my right hand. And so I'm picking the sizes here. And this particular size that I'm picking is about a size 11. So I put it on my hand, right? and the size 11 fits kind of snug, right? So I more than likely, I know that I wear size 13, not more than likely, but I do wear a size 13, right? And so I chose to wear the ring on my index finger. And so what you will do when you get this, you will put the ring on and you will wear this for a day, at least wear it for 24 hours, right? And the reason why you want to wear it for 24 hours, your hand is going to increase in size throughout the day and maybe possibly throughout the night also. So you want to wear it for a good 24 hours, and this will be able to, you'll be able to gauge the actual size of your hand. So what happens with my hand during the daytime, it tends to shrink, and in the nighttime it tends to expand. Don't know why, but that's just, that's just the rule of how your body composition consists of, right? And so and that's why they tell you to wear it for 24 hours. So if you wear this for 24 hours, and then if you just decide that, okay, it's too big or too small, you just make adjustments by choosing the other ring sizes. This is the first kit that you will get, and again, the $10 is applied once you order your actual ring. So other than that, yeah, this is the steps to to order your ring, and you, of course, you get to keep the ring kit. It's yours forever, and that's it in a nutshell.
Now I want to share with you how you can actually purchase this ring without coming out of your pocket. Now, for those of you that have an HSA account, which stands for Health Savings Account, you may have this plan through your current workplace, or as an entrepreneur, you may already have this plan set up for yourself, right? So you can just use the HSA dollars to purchase the ring because it is an HSA expense, so you don't actually have to come out of pocket for it. So that's how I actually purchased my ring, as an HSA expense. So just use the cards that I have for my HSA account, and I purchased the ring. You can do the same thing too. So again, this is if you have the HSA Health Savings Account, you can actually purchase this ring as an HSA expense. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that. So for those of you aspiring entrepreneurs who may still have an employer, definitely take advantage of this, because when you go on your own, this HSA account, of course, is something that you're gonna have to pay for yourself. So take advantage of it now if you still have an option where you're working for an employer that offers you the health savings account. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that.
All right, one of the drawbacks to this ring, if you lose it, there's not an option for it to beep. Now I hope that's one of the updates to the features that Samsung makes in the future, somewhere down the line. It does not give off an alarm. What it does do, right, you have to pretty much make it blank to find it. So you're not going to hear a noise, but you can make it blank. So what I'm doing, I'm scrolling through my app here, and I'm going to hit find my ring, right? And one thing I will say, it does give the actual GPS location of the ring. So like right now, I'm in my home, so it's giving me the address because it's showing my home. But let's say I lost it in the house somewhere. I'm not going to be able to hear a sound. What I would have to do is actually hit pretty much blank light, right? And so as you can see, the light is blinking. So if it's in a semi-lighted place or dark place, I will be able to see the light blinking, right? So that's a plus. So I can find it that way, right? So if it's in an area where it's like really, really lit, I can still see it, in the really lit areas. But it's really helpful to find it in like semi-dark or dark places where the light goes off. So as you can see, it's going off now, right? But like I said, that biggest drawback, this thing does not give an alarm off. So Samsung, I'm encouraging you with the future upgrades. Please I'm begging you, please put a sound in the ring.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's review of the Samsung ring, I'm going to ask you to like this video, subscribe,
share it with your family and friends, and we'll see you in the next upcoming video release.